What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool Takeover update video where we will give you guys the latest news about Liverpool's takeover process and also on who Liverpool are linked with in the January transfer window and what Liverpool are planning to do in the summer transfer window as well. So according to various newspapers, a 3.5 billion pound bid has been submitted for Liverpool Football Club on January the 9th, so 5 days ago, and according to the newspapers the bid has come from the Qatar region, but it's not from the same owners that own Paris Saint-Germain. It's not from the Qatar royal family itself, but it's from Qatar investors, and Dubai investment firms are also in talks with FSG according to various newspapers. The Qatar bid has not been accepted or rejected at this moment because FSG are taking their time to figure it out, what kind of bid it is exactly, who are the bidders, and they are wanting to make background checks and their due diligence. So there will be a lot of work going on before this bid is accepted or rejected. It could take weeks, maybe even a month or two, and I think Liverpool fans desperately need some uplifting news after watching Jurgen Klopp being so down, so deflated and angry and frustrated in his pre-match Brighton press conference. It's going to be really tough few months and maybe half a season for Liverpool, because it looks like Jurgen Klopp is not getting the help in the transfer window from the current owners, and I'm afraid that this takeover will take a lot longer to go through than the January transfer window lasts another 2 weeks, and the takeover process will take more than that. So we don't really have any hope of signing a major midfielder in the January transfer window, even though I think we are desperately in need of it. And I think the Brighton-Liverpool game is absolutely massive in our season, because Arsenal play Tottenham, Man United will play Man City. So Tottenham and Man United could both drop points in theory. So Liverpool could get closer to the top four if they win against Brighton, but at the moment we have very little hope of winning at Brighton, who are absolutely on fire. Even though at home they have only won 3 games. In the last 2 games Brighton scored 9 goals in total. Both of those games came away from home, but at home hopefully they will struggle a little bit. And Liverpool, I don't care how, but they just absolutely have to win this game. Even a draw might not be enough, but another defeat and top 4 will be further away. So let me know what is your prediction for the Brighton-Liverpool game in the comments below. I would love to hear your predictions, and of course leave a like on this video if you enjoy this, and subscribe to stay up to date for the latest Liverpool news. And I'm absolutely fed up of the Liverpool owners, because Chelsea have less revenue than Liverpool. They have less money than Liverpool, yet they have already signed 4 players this month: David Fofana, João Felix on loan, Badi Ashil from Monaco, and Andre Santos, and they are working on another deal. Madueke, the PSV winger who was picked up in 2018 by PSV. He spent 4 years on the books at Tottenham. He never made a senior appearance though for Tottenham, but PSV have financial difficulties. That's why they sold Cody Gakpo to Liverpool, and that's why they are willing to sell Madueke as well. And Fabrizio Romano claims that Chelsea are in talks, having submitted a 30 million euro opening bid. So Chelsea potentially signing 5 players in the first 2 weeks of the January transfer window is infuriating to see for me as a Liverpool fan, because Liverpool should be all over a midfielder or two, but it seems Jurgen Klopp is not getting any money from the owners. It's very annoying. And Sky Sports is reporting that Liverpool's #1 choice is still Jude Bellingham, but there has been an interest in Moises Caicedo as well. That's definitely one to keep an eye on. Maybe Liverpool are waiting for this Brighton-Liverpool game to happen, and after that maybe we will ramp up the interest, but I won't hold my breath. I'm not sure if it would be in this transfer window or whether it will be in the summer, because Brighton don't want to sell during the season. Brighton have got their own ambitions. They want to qualify for Europe. Remember, they probably feel that they can get into the European places, which would be an incredible achievement for Brighton this season. And Caicedo has actually spoken about that. He said, yes, we are playing very well, and we've got the chance of qualifying for Europe, so that's what Brighton are aiming for. And Caicedo has made 19 appearances this season, scoring 1 goal and getting 1 assist. But of course, that's not his main job. His main job is to stop attacks, to run around in midfield, to make tackles, and to play as a defensive midfielder. And he averaged 2.9 tackles per Premier League match, demonstrating his ability to gain possession for his side. Ball circulation is also Caicedo's one of his main strengths. He has recorded an impressive 88% pass success rate at the heart of right midfield. And you know full well that Liverpool midfield is not good enough anymore. Henderson, Thiago, Milner, Fabinho, they have all fell off massively, or they just aged pretty badly. So Liverpool are in desperate need of a reinforcement. I will be honest, I would start Thiago, Fabinho and Naby Keita in midfield, because at the moment that's, I think, our best solution to Liverpool's midfield problems. Henderson is just playing so badly that I wouldn't trust him against a very energetic Brighton midfield and Brighton team. The good news is that some of Liverpool's injury worries are a little bit going better. Milner did big parts of training yesterday and he will be back in normal training today. That's what Jurgen Klopp said in yesterday's press conference. And Stefan Bajcetic will be back in training. He is back in training. Yesterday he was out. Previously he got a knock on the hip bone, which is quite uncomfortable, but he will be back as well. And that's it pretty much. So Liverpool have 2 midfielders coming back from injury, but up front we are really depleted. It looks like Darwin Núñez won't be risked against Brighton, so we are stuck with Cody Gakpo and Mo Salah, and whoever can play left winger, it looks like it will be Oxlade-Chamberlain. But now signing Cody Gakpo looks like an even more genius move, because if we didn't sign Cody Gakpo, we would be left with just 1 forward, Mo Salah, and that's it. Nobody could play striker. And Christian Falk also said that, of course, the first target for Liverpool is Jude Bellingham, but if he won't come to Liverpool, Liverpool need a player like Kouadio, Manu Kone. At the moment, other clubs are closer to him. Leipzig are trying to get him from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Leipzig have a new sporting director in Max Eberl, who previously worked for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he was the manager who brought Kone from France. They know they are going to lose Konrad Laimer. He's going to Bayern Munich, so they will need a replacement, which should be Kone. They have a good relationship with his agency and have made some initial steps, which Liverpool can't, because he's not their number 1 target. But that's my problem. Jude Bellingham alone won't solve Liverpool's midfield conundrum. We need at least 3 midfielders. I mean, Liverpool are absolutely crazy if we think we are losing Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, James Milner in the summer, and we are signing 1 midfielder. We'll be even more short on midfielders. Thiago will be 1 year older, Fabinho will be 1 year older, Henderson will be 1 year older, and yes, Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho will probably be a little bit better next season, but we still need at least 2 or 3 midfielders signed. One of them needs to be signed in the January transfer window, and another 2 at least in the summer transfer window. And Trent Alexander-Arnold said this about Darwin Núñez. He's a player who I think it's easy to just write him off. It's easy to say he's not scoring goals, but he's getting himself into great areas and places where he's able to hurt the opposition, and that's all you can really ask. We have faith that the goals will start coming. No one here is thinking about that. We are all behind him and we are all supporting him. It's always good to see him on the score sheet, but as long as the team wins, that's all anyone cares about. It's always going to be different, but I think that's just part of football. I don't think you can get used to playing with certain players because the football world chops and changes every single season. You can't just rely on certain players all the time. And Sadio Mane is a world-class player, and he has been for many years for us. He's someone who will help any team he is at and do things he does to a level that others can't. So of course we are going to miss what he brings to the team, but we have got other players with different qualities who bring different things to our game, who will help us with what we need to do. And at the moment, I mean, Liverpool are having a season where we had the most injuries of any team in any Premier League season. We have the most players missed with the most amount of games. So of course Liverpool's performances wouldn't be top notch, but that's the reality and we have to cope with it. And that's why I don't understand why Liverpool are not signing a midfielder as well. We know that this is an unprecedented season with the World Cup in the middle of it. Liverpool were always going to get injuries. We did a brutally hard pre-season before even the season began, which took a lot out of the Liverpool players. We should have given them more rest and recovery time after a grueling season last season. And Jurgen Klopp already knows this because he made a big mistake not signing a midfielder in the summer and also not giving more time off to Liverpool players. He already admitted that. The second pre-season was a little bit lighter, but Liverpool don't look any better than after the World Cup than before the World Cup, and that's very, very concerning to me. And that's also baffling to me that the owners are not backing Jurgen Klopp, because if Liverpool find themselves even out of Europe, then surely the valuation of Liverpool FC will plummet further. Don Hutchinson, a former midfielder, English or Scottish midfielder, I'm not sure which nationality he is, he's working for ESPN, and he said that Liverpool have to make sure that they don't panic in the transfer market. I've seen Amrabat at the World Cup. He had a brilliant World Cup for Morocco. He hasn't been that good for Fiorentina for 18 months. So you can't just panic and look at these players and think, that's the one I need. Make sure you get the right one. And that's true, but I think there are even better midfielders out there. The Bundesliga is awash with talent. We already made a video on Kone and Thuram. Marcus Thuram is a brother, who is another midfielder playing for Nice as well. There are loads of talented midfielders in Germany, in France, who won't cost a lot of money. So I don't understand why on earth are Liverpool not signing a midfielder, apart from the owners being very stringy. But it looks like Jurgen Klopp is crying out for a midfielder signing. It has been very clear in his press conferences. And I don't understand for the life of me, after Liverpool signed Alisson, Fabinho and Virgil van Dijk, 3 players who cost a lot of money, but they were absolutely game changers for Liverpool. Liverpool went from a top 4 team to a title-winning, Champions League winning team in a heartbeat like that. With 2 or 3 big signings, Liverpool could transform this team and again go from a team trying to get to the top 4 to a team capable of winning the Premier League title, winning the Champions League. And I don't understand why Liverpool are not signing these kind of players. And Darren Bent said that Alisson, for example, he has been worth every penny. Liverpool's situation there was very precarious. They had Loris Karius before that, they had Simon Mignolet, they've had good goalkeepers. Jerzy Dudak won the Champions League, of course. Pepe Reina, he was a great goalkeeper. But then Mignolet came in, he did okay, but didn't do great. Karius was pretty bad, in all honesty. So I get it, they identified Alisson as being the one who could take them to the next level. Yes, he has made a lot of mistakes, but not that many of them have ended up in a goal, and there have been even more amount of games where Alisson pulled the Liverpool out of the fire and he prevented so many goals. Liverpool would have conceded around 40 goals if we didn't have as good of a goalkeeper as Alisson. And it's according to Darren Bent, it's surprising that more teams don't go out and spend big on a goalkeeper and spend 50-60 million on a goalkeeper, because it can transform your side. But of course there is the cautionary tale of Kepa Arrizabalaga, the Chelsea goalkeeper, who cost even more than Alisson, and he has been a pretty big flop for Chelsea so far. So you have to sign, of course, the right kind of goalkeeper for the right kind of money. But yeah, let me know what they think about all the things that we talked about in this video, and have a great Saturday. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Goodbye.